All right, third time lucky on the side of a track here. So, and I've got my kids in this little shack in here and keep getting distracted. Welcome back to the second episode of Trucks, Tinnies and Trebles. Now it's Thursday and I made a promise to all of you that this is going to be 3-minute Thursdays. I'm going to pack as much value into 3 minutes on all the products in my car, all the products that I use up in remote Northern Australia that I really rely on, and get it all out to you guys every single Thursday. Today's Thursday. I'm gonna give it my best shot to film this really quick, get inside, get on the laptop, put it together, and try and upload it to YouTube so you guys get to watch it tonight. The main channel is Wild Reaches. Jump over there and subscribe if you haven't seen it. It's epic. It really is. This channel is new, and this channel is about me testing gear in the harshest conditions in Australia, comparing them to other things on the market, and then cutting through the crap for you guys so you can just go straight to the shop and buy the better product that is tried and tested by Wild Reaches. So this is 3-minute Thursdays, Trucks, Tinnies and Trebles. Now today we're doing jump starter kits. I've been using these for a couple of years because back in the day when I first started adventures with my wife, I got stuck at least twice out in the middle of nowhere, just me and her, and I had jump starter cables, but I didn't have a second vehicle, and we spent days out there both times, and you feel like an idiot. These days you've got these little lithium power packs. This one here is a Noco Boost, and Noco Boost HD, 2000 amp. Got the big strong alligator clips on the side. It will jump start a 6-litre diesel engine or an 8-litre petrol engine, and you don't need to carry those huge jumper cables anymore and rely on a second vehicle. Now this one here is the Lokithor, I don't think it, oh there you go, JA301, but I think this is one of their only models. No, that's not true, they do, I think they've got a big sucker that does other stuff as well, but this is the one you want to get. Very similar, 2000 amp. Again, it will jump start a 6-litre diesel or an 8-litre petrol engine. They both have the LED light on the front, both very similar with that. They both have alligator clips. This one here is slightly different in that you plug them in, right? So you've just got this plug and play here. Just had someone else come in. All right, we'll get this done, we'll get through it. Plug and play, right? So they literally just push into there. Does that go straight in like that? And then you've got your alligator clips. Now, apparently the difference, one of the differences, the Noco Boost has some patent technology where these won't spark, alligator clips won't spark, so it doesn't matter who in your family is going to whack this on your battery, you're not going to damage your battery. This guy here is $349.95 or thereabouts, which has come down a lot, so that's a ripper deal. These used to be in the 400s, like 450 or something like that. I think they've come out with a newer model with a few more features, and that's why this one's obviously dropped in price. Now looking on the back here, 2.1 amp max output. This guy here is a 3 amp output. You can see in here, mini USB, standard USB. The beauty of these is you can unplug the whole thing. This is 1.5 kilos. If you're going to go on a hike, like a 2-day hike, and you've got GoPros and your phone and all that, chuck that in your backpack, and it's lithium power, so you can charge all your gear with that USB point. Same thing with the Noco Boost, but these are actually attached. You can't undo those alligator clamps. Two more differences. This guy here is $379.95. You can get these, I think you can get both of them from select Battery World stores around Australia. Shout out to my friends at Battery World. They support both of my shows, and I couldn't do it without them. So if you need to power your next adventure, whether it's a battery for your car or your boat or gear like this, drop onto their website, batteryworld.com.au, or drop into your closest store, because there's stores all around Australia. And the select stores are going to have these on the shelf. The two differences, this here has an LED screen that powers up, and when you plug in your alligator clips, your alligator clamps, and hook this up to your battery, hang on, I've got another visitor. Behind these rubber doors are all your ports, so it is slightly weatherproof. But when you plug this in and hook up your alligator clamps to your battery, this will tell you the voltage of your battery, which I find really handy. The Noco Boost doesn't. The second big thing, the difference, is this one is a compressor, and that's why I have two. A lot of my adventures are on a quad bike, so this one, the Lokithor, lives on the front of my quad bike in a bag. As you can see, it gets covered in dust, it gets wet. It probably shouldn't, but that's my job, is to push all this gear to its limits and let you guys know, you know, if it says on the website that it's not weatherproof or it's not waterproof, I can say probably don't get it in the weather, but I have, and it still works, so don't stress too much. But yeah, it's a compressor. Now it's going to pump out 35 litres per minute, which isn't a whole lot. You want to use this for motorbikes, you know, lawn mowers, ride-on mowers, you know, quad bikes, things like that. So my tyres on my quad bike are about 7 psi, so it doesn't take much to pump them up. I also walk around the vehicle each morning and I check the psi on all my tyres on my big trips, and I use this because you can just walk around easily and just pump them up to, you can set this, so I set this to 45 psi. You can walk around and just top all your tyres up, you know, 3 or 4 psi is great. Don't buy this as a compressor to come off the beach with 20 psi in your tyres and pump them back up to 45, because it's just not made for that. It might do it, but it'll get bloody hot and it's just not meant for it. So yeah, rubber seals on all the inputs and outputs, which is really handy. Micro USB, normal USB. This one's 3 amp, like I said, output. This one's 2.1 amp. They'll both do 40 jump starts on one battery cycle. So before you have to recharge it, you'll get 40 jump starts out of it, which is pretty bloody amazing. So keep one on your front seat so you don't get stuck out bush and have a pissed off wife. The comparison of the compressor, 35 litres per minute, if that doesn't make much sense to you, my Sherpa big air compressor that I have under the floor here lives built into my, actually you might be able to see this little outlet just here. That will pump, hang on. That will pump out 289 litres per minute, I think. And that's what I use to do it. That's what I used to do my tyres. So huge difference there. This isn't made for pumping your tyres up from, you know, coming off the beach. All right, it's just for top ups. It's just for, you know, just a handy tool. Now, talking about handy, I gave one of these to a mate of mine who has a big property out in the bush, and he's got buggies and all sorts of stuff up in Cape York where he really relies on the buggy. And I was out there with him one day. He didn't have a puncture kit, he didn't have a compressor, and I was like, oh my god, mate, if something happened. So I gave him one of these, and he messaged me a couple of weeks later and he said, I've got it here. He says, bro, loving my pump jump starter. Used it so many times already on my Hilux jump start, ATV jump start, wheelbarrow inflation, welder trolley inflation, been smashing it. Thanks bro, best thing ever. Like, they really are, for that price, $379, you just can't go past it. I want to give you guys a quick demonstration on, actually before we go anywhere, there's going to be a big giveaway today. Now, my mates at Adventure Concepts, Maud Street, Maroochydore, absolute legends down there, and they supply a lot of the gear that you're going to see me review. They've given me 15 of these to give away. Now the reason we're giving them away is I actually use one. Alright, mine's been taken out of the car, but I'll show you what it is. We'll rip this one open. I've actually used one for quite a while, and they're a cheaper kind of thing. They're like a gimmicky thing, but they're actually really handy for pumping up mattresses, all that sort of stuff. But I use it for lighting the fire. It's just a ripper little blower, and that's the size of it. It's tiny, and it comes with all these little fittings. So I said to the guys, order a heap in at Adventure Concepts because I've found mine so handy. So it's a little touch thing, you just touch it, hold it close to the fire, it blows air out, just like when you get in there and, you know, to get your fire going. Really handy. So they ordered a heap of them, and they don't have a battery in them. You have to, it's got a little cord, USB cord, you plug it into your car or into one of these, for example, plug that in and carry that over to the fire or to your mattress, and then you're good to go. So they're still really handy, but they're not the ones we wanted. So the first person, or the first 15 people, actually no, let's spread this over 2 episodes. The first 8 people to comment below and tell me what you want me to review next, and what else. What you like about Wild Reaches, the main channel. Right, let's try that again. The first 8 people to comment below, tell me what you want me to review next on this channel, and tell me what you like about the main channel, Wild Reaches, and then go across to Instagram and message me your address. I'm going to post one of these out to you. Such a handy little tool. So I think we've covered all the features of these 2 jump starters. This one is obviously just, to be honest, it feels like it's slightly better quality. It's a little bit heavier, 1.9 kilos to 1.5, but it doesn't have all the features of the Lokithor. So I still think at that price point, I would pay the little bit extra and get the Lokithor. I really love this thing. I love the compressor in it. I love the screen. I love that you can set your PSI to whatever you want and plug it in just like you're at the servo and pump the tyres up. And I also love that, yeah, you can hook the alligator clamps up to your battery and it will give you a true reading voltage of your battery. So they're both great products. Personally, I think I would go this one. Now, the other thing I want to do on this channel is go over, bloody hell, it's a busy little spot. Someone else coming up the track. Sorry about that. The other thing I want to do before I wrap up the episode is go over a couple of the comments from the previous weeks and just get back to all of you so that you can all start asking me questions in the comments and I can actually talk to you all. Even from the second channel, from Wild Reaches, it gives you guys a way for us to chat about the main channel, for us to chat about upcoming adventures like this next episode, which is tomorrow night. So jump on and subscribe to Wild Reaches. 5:30 p.m. tomorrow night, there'll be a new episode, which is going to be me and Jordan, who's a Kurdijar man, or a Kuthan Kurdijar man up in Cape York. We go on a lot of adventures together, but we get on the quad bike, we push into the Gulf till it's like too boggy, and we come to a river, then we dump the tinny into the river, go right down to the mouth, and we sleep in the hammocks in the trees, and we have no food. We have to catch our food, and we nearly can't. We bloody starve. We've got to eat these slugs that we find in the mangroves. It's pretty cool. So that's an action-packed episode, so make sure you see that. But yeah, if you've got any messages, any comments about previous episodes or new adventures coming up, or what gear you want me to review on this channel, make sure you comment below, and I'm going to get back to everyone the week after. Looking at it right now. So just flicking through them quickly. Great stuff, mate. Honest opinion always helps. Yeah. Okay, so stinking hot. Something different worth reviewing is it gets stinking hot up north in the dryer, and trying to sleep in a rooftop tent can be horrible. Many people use Sirocco fans. I use Sirocco fans up in my tent, but I'd love to see would love to see reviewed independently and not by the manufacturer a couple of models of air conditioners. Zero Breeze MK2 and the EcoFlow Wave. Now I can get my hands on the EcoFlow Wave. I've actually had a good look at it already, and it's a pretty cool unit. So I'm going to do that. Who was that? Henry, mate. I'm going to do that. That's good. Yeah, people talking about the pots and pans in the last episode. Some people have them and love them. Other people are saying that that's too expensive. Someone said you can get lots of great gear from the op shop, which I've actually never thought of. And I replied to that, and I think maybe they thought I was having a dig at them, but I actually meant that I'm going to do an episode going to the op shop and getting some camp gear and showing the value in that. I think it's a great idea, so I'm going to do that. Someone said, yeah, $399 for that set is crazy. Someone's got a good catchphrase, which I'll use at the end of this episode. That was Terry. Great info, thanks for sharing. Can you do everything, even what you take to go bush, salt and pepper, etc.? I'm keen. Yes, that's the plan for this channel, is to review everything that I use. Absolutely everything. So this channel is endless because there's just so much gear that I find really, really useful. Found it, subscribed. What's the hat I wear? Not this one, but my usual hat is a Will and Bear. The brand is Will and Bear, and the model is William Brown. That's the hat I've worn for about 5 years and love it. Brilliant hat, Will and Bear. Love that this is a good one. Love the channel, but 3 minutes seems way too short for what you do. Well, we're currently at about 10 minutes at this episode. We barely saw more than these pots are good, and that took 6 minutes. I'd like to see a longer video on cookware, must-have gear, safety, video gear, fishing gear, etc. That's Paul. Now I know Paul. Paul's a bloody legend, and I agree. 3 Minute Thursdays is a bit of a piss take, but if I can, I'll do it. But yeah, they'll probably all blow out, and I want to get as much info into this for you guys as possible. So keep those comments coming. You look like the same fella from Wild Reaches. Yep, that's me. Yeah, great. All right, thanks for the comments, guys. I'll get back to all of you on here, and then I'll also answer them in the next episode if you comment below. What else did I have? Make sure you get your merch, wildreaches.com. If you want to be a part of the Patreon, patreon.com/wildreaches. And yeah, make sure you let me know anything that you want me to review. Alright guys, that's a wrap for another episode. Thank you for watching Trucks, Tinnies and Trebles. I test them so you guys get the best of them. I'll see you next week. Make sure you subscribe so we can grow this channel and so I can keep pumping them out every single week. I'm going to stick to it every single Thursday, 3-minute Thursdays. See you next week. All right, let's show you how this thing works. So you can see here, you got your PSI. You can choose between bar and PSI. Now I've got this set to 52 PSI because I'm running these big geolanders at 50 PSI, and I want to show you how this thing works. So we'll set it to 52 and it should show us how much air is already in there. No, that's wrong. All right, I'm going to set it to 52 PSI. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it should then drop back and tell me what the tyres are set at, which it just did, saying 51 PSI. So if I hold pump down, there you go, so I'm pump my tyre up to 52 or 53, whatever I just said. And turn it off. You can just hold that down, I think it's like 5 seconds, hold your finger on the pump button. Yeah, and you can choose between bar, choose between PSI, and you can hook that up to your battery on the front of the vehicle with your alligator clamps, and this little screen will tell you the voltage of your battery. Such a good bit of kit.